My best friend just admitted it. Tory Lanez never took out a firearm against Megan.
Y'all sure? Are y'all sure? Nah. How much time to give him my son? This shit
Y'all, as
wicked.
you can see by those clips, December has been fucking messy. And this LA v. Tory Lanez trial is even messier. I want to talk about it, but before that, I want to do one thing. Hi, friend. How you doing? I know it's been a minute. I've been adulting, you've been adulting. But instead of adulting far apart, let's adult together. Because again, you're like one of my 5 friends, so I need you to talk to. I'm not accepting any of your resentment for me talking too much. If you have something to say, comment it down below, because a closed mouth does not get what? Fed. That's right, bestie. Also, please make sure that you are liking and subscribing with the bell notification on, because we all know what type of bitch I am, spontaneous fuck. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about this. Y'all don't like black women. I said what I fucking said. Y'all don't like black women. Okay, maybe not y'all who are talking to me. Obviously, y'all like black women. Y'all are watching the video. But the rest of these people, they don't like black women. And I have a statement for them. I need y'all to stop acting like you love black women and that you care about black women when it comes to the internet. You guys will literally use black women's trauma, black women's pain for clout. It's never just because black women deserve to be protected and because y'all like black women. Let's just be real. Because if you did like black women, you wouldn't continue to degrade, belittle, harass, and bully a black woman who is clearly a fucking victim. You just wouldn't. Y'all don't like us. Because if you did, you wouldn't continue to make excuses for this Oompa Loompa looking for my pot of cold ass boy. You just wouldn't. And Megan Thee Stallion deserves better. That's on period. This case, this trial has really had me so hot. I've been following this since it happened. I feel like everybody has been following this since it happens. But when the trial finally started, when I tell you my panties were in a twist and my blood was boiling with the way that people were talking on the internet, and I really had to tell myself to shut the fuck up a lot, because I just wanted to see how this was gonna play out. I was gonna make this video regardless whether this man was found guilty or innocent. I didn't fucking care, because I needed to say what the fuck I had to say. But I was trying to wait, just because I want all the facts before I come talking my shit, you know? I like to have evidence behind me before I come talking my shit, okay? And you know that about me, bestie. You will already know. But let's talk about the facts if you don't know about this case, because I feel like some people don't know all of the facts. This happened in July 2020. That's right, 2 years ago. Megan and her best friend Kelsey got invited to Kylie Jenner's house party. Tory was not invited. We're going to call him Oompa. Oompa was not invited to this party. Megan invited him because they was chilling. They was becoming friends. So Megan, Oompa, Kelsey, and Oompa's bodyguard, they went to the party, and apparently, this is what people are saying, Megan got extremely drunk. And she was upset that Tory was flirting with Kylie. But there's also reports that are saying that Megan was just upset because she wanted to leave and Tory didn't. And she couldn't leave because his bodyguard wouldn't take her home, and that was how they got there. So, you know, it's kind of, the reports are varying. I'm not going to say for sure what happened there. What we do know that as soon as they got into that car, the atmosphere was tense. Megan and Tory, they started arguing, right? If you ask Tory, Megan is upset and tried to leave the car because he admitted that he was sleeping with both Kelsey, her best friend, and Megan. But if you ask Megan and you ask Kelsey, the atmosphere was tense, and it got even tenser because Megan was talking shit about Tory's career because he was talking shit to her. And she said, you're only hot because you was on that Jack Harlow remix, which, I mean, you tell me who was checking for him before. I don't think nobody. Not a single soul. So the tensions are so high that Megan doesn't want to be in the car no more, right? She said, let me out this bitch, I walk. I don't know if that's what she said, allegedly, but you know, I'm paraphrasing. She told Tory to let her out the car. She gets out of the car, and it's when her back is turned that she hears Tory say, dance bitch. She turns around. Tory's leaning over the car door with a gun pointed at her. And he starts shooting at her feet. And one of the bullets hit her feet. Now, neighbors in this area, because this is LA. This is where Kylie Jenner lives. This is where the rich white people live. This is the 1%ers. They don't know what bullets sound like. They don't know what gunshots sound like. They heard that shit and they said 911. Yeah. There's some hoodlums out here. Come and get them. Yeah, you be here in less than 5 seconds. Oh, you already there? Oh, okay. Type shit, you know? And when she originally talked to the police, she told the police that she had injured her foot by stepping on glass, right? She never said Tory shot her. And it wasn't until a little bit later that she finally admitted, and she came out publicly and she said, yes, Tory shot me. And people try to say that she wasn't shot, but she proved, and medical documents prove, that she was shot. There are bullet fragments in her feet. I don't know where people getting that you can't be shot through your foot and be able to walk, or you can't be shot through your foot and it be a clean break. Like, the bullet came out, but there were still bullet fragments left, because a bullet breaks apart when it hits something. I don't know if y'all know that. So now that we know what happened, right, we got a reminder. Let's talk about the evidence that was presented in this case, because I feel like people are doing the backwardness of trying to do a persuasive essay in high school, where you would find one piece of information that would support your claim, but the whole article would be against what you were trying to persuade. But you're like, I'm still going to use this article because of this one line I can cite. It's not like my teacher is going to check, and then you get a fucking F. And you wonder why. Megan testified that she's been bullied and harassed since she's come out publicly and named Tory as her shooter. She's even gone as far to say that she wished that Tory would have just ended her if she knew the way that people were going to treat her. And people treated her fucking horribly. They made memes about her. They harassed her online every day on Twitter, just talking shit about her. People, Drake, I'ma just say your name, made songs about her, outright calling her a liar. Tory even made a whole album calling her a liar. And people listened to it and talk about how it sounded good, as he's just bringing up her trauma and about her surviving a violent crime. Because getting shot, that's a violent crime to be happening to you. She also said that it was just horrible for her in Hollywood, because Hollywood is a boys club. We know this. Let's not act like we don't know this, because we definitely know this. Hollywood is a boys club. And so once Tory came out saying all these lies about her, nobody wanted to touch her. I feel like when she said this, people really jumped to the internet to talk about, what are you talking about? Megan has millions of dollars. Megan has this sponsor. Megan has this. Megan has that.
Yeah.
Have we really seen what we could see from her? Before Tory Lanez, I really want you to think about how much you were seeing Megan Thee Stallion. How much everybody was fucking with her. She don't really be putting out remixes. She don't really be going on live like that no more. She used to go on live all the time and talk to her fans and talk to people. She don't be doing that because people go into her lives and harass her and call her a liar and make fun of her for getting shot like it was her fault, and it wasn't. The other big part of the trial was definitely Kelsey. Now, Kelsey, when she got on the stand,
acting like she had fucking amnesia.
She couldn't remember nothing. She would either say, I don't remember, I don't recall, I think I lied at that time, no, I lied, I was under duress, or I plead the fifth. Those were the 5 things that this girl kept saying. The only things that she confirmed was that Tory offered to pay her $1 million and pay for her lawyer fees. Because Kelsey decided she wanted to act like she had amnesia, right? The prosecution was like, we got your ass on tape. Do you not remember that? Do you not remember your little interview in September that was 90 minutes long? You was talking about not only what happened with Megan, but talking about everybody's business. Because she was talking about, there was a lot of business. A lot of business in Hollywood that she was she was just talking. And in that 90-minute taping, Kelsey identified Tory as the shooter. She literally said, Tory shot Meg. She said that she texted Megan's bodyguard and said, 911, help. Megan got shot. She stated that Tory had threatened to shoot her previously. And in her testimony, this is weird, but I just want to bring this up. She blames Meg. She was like, if Megan wasn't being obnoxious and rude and drinking so much, then this wouldn't have happened. I also want to put out there that Kelsey's husband works for 1501, which is the record label that Megan is currently signed to, and she's suing to try to get out of her contract because they are trying to keep her there as a pay pig, because they don't got no artists that really make no money like that. But that's a whole nother thing. But I just feel like because her husband works for 1501, this could be another reason of potentially trying to make her seem like a liar, so that in her civil case they could bring it up, because you can do that in a civil case. So because Kelsey had texted the bodyguard. The bodyguard had stated to the police, right, and to Kelsey and to Megan, that Tory had come to him personally and basically apologized and admitted to shooting Megan. But then when it was time for this man to show up, do you think he was in court rocking for Megan? No, he went missing. People were generally worried. They thought Tory paid somebody to take him out. I personally think Tory paid him to disappear. This man just came up literally today. It is Christmas Eve right now as I'm filming this, and he turned himself in because he had a warrant, because the police knew that he was hiding because he didn't want to testify. I guarantee you 1000%, I'm pretty sure he got paid off. The other things were the things that Tory did, or Tory's defense lawyer did, that really fucks me up the way that people twisted this. First of all, Tory texted both Megan and Kelsey the day after the shooting and apologized. He said, "I'm so sorry for what happened. I was really drunk." His lawyer was trying to say that he was apologizing for sleeping with them both. I mean, if you were going to apologize, why wouldn't you say, "I apologize for what I said"? He was being so vague in the messages. It was giving that he was on a guilty conscience for shooting Megan. Like, let's just be for real. Also, they like to bring up the fact that the DNA on the gun was inconclusive because multiple people handled and touched the gun before it went into evidence. And that they found female DNA on the gun. The DNA is like, everything is so mixed up on the gun that they can't even conclusively say whose DNA it is. They wouldn't be able to test that. Let me state that literally both the defense attorneys, person who looked at the gun, and the states both said that the DNA was inconclusive. You could not conclusively say that Tory's DNA was on it, but you could not conclusively say that his DNA was not on it. It was just that there was so much people, you couldn't test nobody, okay? So it proves absolutely fucking nothing for either side. I also want to talk about this eyewitness. So the witness name is Sean Kelly. This witness came on the stand and contradicted himself. He actually helped the prosecution. I just don't understand how people are not understanding that. Because you came on and you said you saw Megan and Kelsey fighting, like actually fist fighting, which Megan and Kelsey both didn't admit, so I don't understand that. But then you're saying you saw flashes near the women, right? He saw flashes go off near one woman. You saw flashes go off when they were near each other. And then he saw flashes go off near the woman again, right? When they were kind of separated a little bit. But then he says, "I never saw the gun in their hand. I never saw the gun in their hand. I cannot 100% confidently say I saw the gun." But he did say he 100% saw the gun in Tory Lanez's hands. He 100% says that he saw Tory Lanez leaning over the door, and just like in Kelsey's statement and just like in Megan's statement, and saw him shoot, and even said he heard 4 to 5 rounds. Where did that prove that Megan was a liar? I think it proves that Tory was a liar. I would like to state that nobody ever heard Tory say "dance bitch" but Megan, and I feel like people are really holding on to that by the thread that it is, because they're thinking that that proves something, like, oh, nobody heard it, so obviously no, Tory's shooting didn't occur. The shooting occurred, first of all. And the last thing that I really want to talk about, which people are trying to say this is why Megan's a liar, is that they brought up Megan's sexual history as a way to assassinate her character. They won't even admit this. They'll just say Megan never admitted to sleeping with Tory. She's a liar. She's a liar. Can't you see? Here are my thoughts. Y'all will really believe the motive that Kelsey shot her best friend for sleeping with a man, right? And that's why Megan lying about her testimony is important, over the fact that Tory Lanez is upset that Megan said that he ain't have no career, and that Jack Harlow, a white boy, put this man on, and that's why people were checking for him. But Kelsey has no history, as far as we know, of like violence. But Tory Lanez has a fucking history of going overboard when he feels like he's being disrespected, because this man has little people syndrome. And this is coming from a woman that is 4'11". You are quick to throw another black woman under the bus than to believe the evidence in front of your face. The man has a history of violence. He was on probation for a previous gun charge. The weapon was his. He wasn't even supposed to have it, but it was his. But y'all will believe that a woman that has no violent history is best friends with this girl and never had the weapon shot her. Facts are factored on the other side, but y'all would rather believe the worst in black women than believe the worst in men, period. Now, am I saying Kelsey is not completely guilty in this? Absolutely not. I think there's something that she knows, or some part of this that she took into this. I definitely believe it, even if it's just as small as she took money and lied on her ex-best friend. I also don't understand how y'all could be mad that she pointed the finger. Some of y'all are mad that she pointed the finger and she snitched on Tory, when we know the way that the system treats black men, right? I don't even want to get into that.
I do want to get into that, actually.
That's why we're fucking here. First of all, the system treats black people horribly. We already know this. We already know the system is systematically racist. We're just going to be 100% real. But what I'm saying is that if somebody like Tory Lanez, who has a history of violence, does something, violence against a woman, send his ass to jail. I don't even believe in jail. I don't believe in punishment. I'm actually pro rehabilitation. Put his ass under the prison though. That's how I feel about that. Because she didn't even point the finger at him. Remember, we just called her a liar because she lied to try to protect his bitch ass. But then why did he go to the vlogs trying to put out his perception of what happened, right? His lie of what happened, to make the public opinion sway towards him. He pushed her into admitting that it was him. She had no other choice but to admit that it was him, because he was already talking to it about the blogs. The blogs were already reporting on it. What is she supposed to do? Let's also not forget that she never admitted to the police. She got shot and the hospital reported, and the police questioned her, and then the blogs came out, and then she finally admitted. And I also feel like she admitted that it was him because people were coming for Kelsey, which is so fucked up, because she really came out, even though she did this girl dirty. She should have never slept with the man that her best friend or ex-best friend at the time was sleeping with, right? She's wrong about that one. But I feel like she also admitted that it was Tory to protect Kelsey, because Kelsey was getting hate from people because they were saying that she did it. And then Kelsey stopped being her friend, not because she slept with Tory Lanez, because that's not what she said in her interview. No, she stopped being her friend because she felt like people were checking for her on the internet, and Megan was nowhere there to defend her. But Megan defended you by saying it wasn't you. She never said it was you. She never said it was you. She said that you was in cahoots with him because you took that $1 million. But she never said you was the one who shot her. Let's also talk about the fact that Kelsey's behavior is normal for a witness. I don't know what y'all guys are talking about. Like, oh, Kelsey's coming to tell the truth. This is Kelsey's bombshell. She's the nail in the coffin that Megan is lying, because who does this? When does this happen? All the fucking time. If you follow any criminal trial whatsoever, as a criminology major, I follow a lot of trials, and I learn about how unreliable witness statements are, and how they constantly change, and how witnesses will recant, or they will act like they don't remember out of fear. It happens so often. So what she did is not surprising, especially in a case as high profile with people who are the 1%ers. They have the money. They can pay people off. We're gonna act like she's not a 1%er, but Tory is. We're gonna act like he wasn't throwing his money around. He literally offered her $1 million. They all admitted to it. Again, I keep bringing up the fact that Tory has a history of violence, and y'all are like, what history? Let's just talk about what happened like a couple months ago. He beat the hell out of August, the singer. I don't know how to say his last name. I'm not about to embarrass myself on my channel. But he beat the hell out of him for not acknowledging him. And then this man did the same thing. He tried to lie. He tried to act like he wasn't there. Oh, I wasn't there. I was here. And now they have video footage of this man where he said he wasn't. And there's more. Y'all can look it in. I'm going to just be real. If this was a palm-colored lady, y'all would have been like, lock him up under the jail. Everybody would have been saying crazy shit to him. We probably, as the black community, would have been like, yeah, he did a lot, but god damn. Because when August came out and said that Tory Lanez and his bodyguard beat the hell out of him, y'all believed him. There was a few hee ha-has on Twitter here and there, but it was nothing like the way that y'all had Megan Thee Stallion trending on Twitter and was calling her everything but the child of God. You would sooner believe a man than you will believe a woman, especially a black woman. And the funny part is that everybody on the internet is screaming, Kelsey did it, Kelsey did it, it's all Kelsey, but there's no proof. There's absolutely no proof but that there is female DNA that they couldn't even test to say if it was her or not. It makes no sense. And then y'all are out here quoting Oompa's papa when he's talking about there's no fingerprints. How did the fingerprints disappear? The bullet is fragmented. If there was actual fingerprints to look at, defense would have brought it up, because the defense did a good job at trying to poke holes. That's why y'all was never really gonna rock for Megan anyways. If he would have brought that up and they would have addressed that, then it would have really caused reasonable doubt. But it's like Oompa's papa is out here screaming about prints and how there's no fingerprints, and he got convicted without fingerprints. Like, fingerprint, that's gonna be the red mark. That's how you're gonna be like, yeah, my son did it. But you're gonna turn around and say it was Kelsey without no goddamn fingerprints. That doesn't make any sense. And you're gonna say it's Kelsey even though Tory's eyewitness, let's repeat that, Tory's eyewitness for his defense put the gun in his hand and stated confidently that he heard and saw him fire 425 shots. I feel like this is just further proof that y'all demonize black women. Y'all demonize our voice. If we speak up about anything, any injustice that we feel, especially if it's against a black man, y'all don't care about our safety and y'all don't care about our lives. I'm proud of Megan for coming out and saying what she had to say and never folding under the pressure of people telling her how horrible she was and calling her every name but a child of God, because she broke a cycle. I'm really tired of us as black women being liars. I watched a different creator's video and she made so much sense. It's because us as black women, we can be liars for black men. We will be liars to protect black men, because we're taught from a young age that we need to protect them because the world is always out for them, and we forget about us. The world doesn't like us either. I want to break the cycle of protecting violent black men, and I'm just proud of her for breaking that cycle. All the black women that are in the comments everywhere talking about Tory didn't do it, Kelsey did it, Megan's a liar, this and that, what did Bigfoot say, all this other crazy shit. Y'all are delusional. Go get some help and go to therapy. You hate yourself. I'm gonna need you to go to therapy. BetterHelp online. BetterHelp, you could do it over your phone. I heard it's affordable. Anyways, I want to ask y'all what y'all think about this, because have y'all been seeing the whole Kelsey is the shooter without there being any evidence to prove that Kelsey is the shooter? Because I understand the behavior is suspicious. The behavior is suspicious, but suspicious behavior doesn't equal guilty. You feel me? You gotta have evidence, facts to back it up. If you think I'm wrong, go ahead, comment on them comments, baby. We could talk about it. But that's all I really had to say. I just had to get this off my chest because I just feel like people are really driving me insane on the internet. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.